Now we have Sanjeev Shah, ED Benchmark, joining us on the show right now. Sanjeev, markets finally snapping that 4-day losing streak. Do you feel we've seen the end of that correction that we've been seeing over the last few days? 7 to 8% down. Is that the last of it?
I mean, to be honest with you, we really don't know, but the markets have had a huge run up in the last few months, if you want to call it, nearly about 100% in the low. So obviously, the markets would have done some amount of tracing down. The flows, the liquidity flows are still, very huge. So that's going to be the driver of the markets, and we believe that basically at the end of the day liquidity is driving the markets, and that's going to be the key factor as to really is going to happen in the near future. I mean, rest of the stuff really wouldn't matter too much, because if you have so much of liquidity floating around, I doubt anything else is going to happen in the markets, to be honest. Exactly,
because Sanjeev, apart from liquidity, let's take a look at cues. Globally, of course, positive cues coming in with those GDP figures in the US. Earnings have just finished, and they've been pretty decent, I guess one could say, but end of the season. So going ahead, at least in the immediate term, what would you be watching out for?
Again, to be honest with you, liquidity, because the numbers are out. Indian inflation numbers also out, because basically that's what scooped the market yesterday. So I think basically eventually is what's going to happen is the flows from the international markets are going to drive the Indian markets. We haven't seen much of huge flows into the mutual funds in the last couple of months. In mutual funds, if you have seen the numbers, have been net sellers in the Indian markets. In fact, they've sold to the tune of nearly about 6,000 plus crores in the last month, which is October. So we haven't seen local flows coming in, but the market's been sustaining itself on the international flows. So our personal view is basically that at the end of the day, that's going to be the driver for the markets really.